As Trump's blockade strains under Iran War 2.0 fears, is his closest European ally finally stepping off the sidelines to help police Hormuz, or quietly preparing its own rules for the next phase? With the Royal Navy edging back toward the Gulf, is Britain signaling that Iran War 2.0 is now serious enough for London to risk ships and sailors in one of the world's most dangerous choke points? As the US-Iran ceasefire wobbles, what message does a single UK warship quietly slipping toward Hormuz send? To Tehran, to Trump, and to nervous tanker owners watching from afar. If HMS Dragon is being pre-positioned in the region, is London simply hedging against a breakdown in talks, or bracing for the next big naval showdown in the Gulf? And as Britain and France quietly sketch out a new guardian force for Hormuz, is Trump being sidelined by allies who now want their own say in how this war-risk waterway is run? As the latest US-Iran ceasefire teeters on the edge, Britain is quietly preparing for the possibility that war returns to Hormuz and allied ships are once again drawn into the firing line. London has signaled it will send the Type 45 destroyer HMS Dragon to the Middle East in advance, effectively staging it nearby in case a formal Hormuz mission is launched. Officials describe the deployment as pre-positioning, code for parking the ship close enough that it can plug into a wider multinational operation at short notice if leaders give the green light. The planned mission would focus on securing commercial shipping through the Strait of Hormuz once major hostilities end, offering escorts and surveillance rather than joining offensive strikes. Notably, Britain and France are jointly leading diplomatic and naval planning to reopen this vital trade artery, signaling a European bid to share, or even shape, security responsibilities there. HMS Dragon has already been deployed once this year to the eastern Mediterranean after the Iran war escalated, giving the crew recent experience with high-tension air and missile threats. After the February 28 strikes, the destroyer helped defend Cyprus and nearby airspace from regional threats, acting as a floating shield for Allied assets and bases in the area. Even so, analysts warn Britain's role may be constrained by the shrinking size of the Royal Navy, which now struggles to cover all of London's overseas commitments at once. The UK has already retired several frigates and older vessels before replacements fully entered service, leaving fewer hulls available for prolonged deployments in hotspots like Hormuz. France has moved its own carrier strike group toward the southern Red Sea, putting French jets and escorts closer to the same trade routes that feed into Hormuz. London and Paris say their joint naval plan is designed to restore confidence in global shipping, reassuring insurers and shippers that escorted lanes will reopen once the guns fall quiet. More than 44 countries reportedly took part in talks in London last month, exploring what a future Hormuz protection force might look like and how it would be commanded. Around 40 states are said to have agreed in principle to contribute ships, surveillance, or funding, making the proposed mission far broader than a purely US or UK-branded effort. The operation is expected to include mine clearance support to sweep sea lanes for any devices laid during the conflict, a crucial step before fully reopening the Strait to heavy tanker traffic. All this unfolds while US-Iran peace talks hang in the balance after fresh exchanges of fire, raising the question of whether this coalition will launch into calm seas, or into another round of crisis. The US is currently awaiting an Iranian response to its one-page memo, which is expected to form the basis of a broader peace plan negotiated through Pakistani mediators. However, Iran has stated it is not bound by US deadlines, adding that the matter is still under discussion within Tehran's negotiating and security establishment. On May 7th, American and Iranian forces directly exchanged fire for the first time since the April ceasefire agreement. The United States launched what it called self-defense strikes on Iran as explosions rocked Qeshm Island, Sirik, and Bandar Abbas. Reports claim American forces also targeted an Iranian oil tanker and another Iranian vessel near the strategic Gulf waters. In retaliation, Iran launched attacks targeting American destroyers stationed inside the highly sensitive Strait of Hormuz region. Donald Trump accused Iran of behaving irrationally after military tensions and attacks intensified sharply overnight across the Gulf. President Trump claimed 3 American destroyers safely crossed Hormuz despite reportedly facing Iranian missiles, drones, and hostile threats. Trump warned Washington would respond far more aggressively unless Tehran quickly agreed to a deal with the United States. Despite the clashes, Trump insisted the ceasefire remained active and dismissed the strikes as merely a love tap. "We faced 111 missiles targeting our valuable aircraft carrier," Trump recently revealed.
As Commander-in-Chief, I will always support our great service members and their families. We've invested a record-setting trillion, and now it's up to $1.5 trillion, and all built in the USA, by the way, all right? So it's a lot of jobs, too, you know? Some people said I did it for that. Actually, I didn't. I did it for the military, but it's a byproduct. We have tremendous numbers of very talented people building all of the things that we do, and we make the best equipment anywhere in the world by far. They're all ordering it for us. In fact, I've given a special edict that the defense companies who have the best equipment, they're not making it fast enough, and now they're all building plants all over the place. I said, you're not allowed to buy back stock anymore. I told some of these people that are making millions and millions of dollars, you got to reduce your salary. I'm going to reduce your salary. You're going to put it into weapons. And it's been incredible, the spirit we have. And they're building, some of them are building 6, 7 plants right now to make the Patriots and the Tomahawks. Tomahawks are unbelievable. Patriots, unbelievable. We had, recently, we had 111 missiles shot at one of our very valuable objects, something called an aircraft carrier. Think of this, 111 missiles, high range, high quality, speed missiles, very high, very fast, very top of the line. 111 out of 111 missiles shot at a, you know, well, it used to be, you'd like to say, $1 billion boat. Now they're about $18 billion. They're very expensive. But 111 coming at them at 3,500 miles an hour. All 111 were shot down and didn't even get close to the ship. And they're all laying at the bottom of the ocean along with the Iranian Navy. They're all laying very nicely under the water. But think of that. 5 years ago, a thing like that would have been impossible. 10 years ago, it's not even thinkable. Ronald Reagan actually thought of the concept. They called it Star Wars, but it wasn't a concept that anybody thought would ever work. But, you know, you have these things coming at you, and we have the Patriots. The Patriots are the best of them. And we have other things also, but it's when you think you hit 100% of the missiles coming at us, it's not like, oh, let's let a couple get through. It's not that bad. One gets through, it's problems. So we can do things today, and no other country has anything like that.